At 6 o'clock tonight, we begin with a 3 Investigates report. Folks living at a Shreveport apartment complex now raising the red flags about who is paying their water bill. Good evening, I'm Jonathan McCall.
And I'm Johnette Magner. Last week, people at the Cambridge Court 2 apartments were told their water would get cut off because the owner, who is a former Shreveport City Councilman, was not paying the bill. Tonight, we're asking questions about just what happened.
KTBS 3's Gabrielle Parrish live outside of that complex, piecing together if the water is still flowing tonight. Gabrielle.
Jonathan, Johnette, as of right now, the city of Shreveport says the water will not be shut off after owner and former Shreveport City Councilman Jeff Hogan has agreed to a payment plan. But the water bill is not the only thing that Hogan is behind on.
It's a horrible feeling knowing that y'all raised the rent on us just not to be paying the water bill.
Alexander Gray, a father who's lived at Cambridge Court 2 apartments for 2 years, says he was shocked to learn the owner is behind on the water bill even after raising the rent by at least $50 earlier this year.
Our apartment owner, he doesn't pay the water bill and he owes almost $70,000. He only made a $10,000 payment last week to keep them from turning it off right then.
Gray says tenants already pay for water in their rent, and that's not the only problem. He claims maintenance is slow to respond and requests are often ignored.
One was to pull up bad carpet that stained that my child doctor said is bad for him to breathe in. And then like if something breaks in there, it'd be forever before they get the parts or it'd be on back order.
Records show this apartment complex is owned by Salah LV LLC, which is connected to former Shreveport City Councilman Jeff Hogan. Documents also reveal that Hogan is behind by nearly $14,500 in property tax and owes the city around $3,000.
If they don't pay within basically being notified within that 60 days, then the city has to move forward with the process for bringing charges on that person.
He goes on to say, if the amount owed tops $25,000, a landlord could be staring down as much as 20 years in prison. Now, Gray and other tenants are trying to figure out if they want to continue living at the complex.
Me and my family probably finna move from over here.
The city of Shreveport released a statement to KTBS today saying in part, quote, that the Department of Water and Sewage is in contact with the owner regarding requirements imposed by Chapter 94 of the Code of Ordinances. Now, I did speak with the property manager here last Thursday, and she told me that they do not want to comment, and she trespassed me from the property. I gave her my information if Hogan or she wants to comment about the water bill not being paid. I'm Gabrielle Parrish reporting for KTBS 3. Back to you, Jonathan and Johnette.
So, Gabrielle, is this the first time an apartment complex owner has not paid a utility bill?
Johnette, this has happened so many times in Shreveport, I can't even count on my hands. And let me just break down to you what happens when an owner doesn't pay the water bill. So the city of Shreveport will shut down the complex, leaving dozens of people who are currently living in that complex displaced, homeless, with nowhere to go. And to make it even worse, what tends to happen is that the apartment complexes become abandoned, like Villa Norte, Oak Meadows, Linwood, the Pines, and it just goes on the list. And homeless people move into these abandoned apartment complexes and accidentally set them on fire trying to stay warm during nightfall. And then the fire department has to go and risk their lives to put out an abandoned apartment complex fire. I'm Gabrielle Parrish reporting live for KTBS 3. Back to you, Johnette.
Well, I certainly hope this one doesn't get to that place. Thank you, Gabrielle.